don't know how that happened. I ended up with, like, all of a sudden my big schnauzers right in the middle of the screen. Okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes to join. But I'm on Dee Dee's... Now, like I said, sorry everyone, I don't even know what I pressed then for my big schnout to get right in the middle of the screen. Okay, so there was a Dee Dee a minute ago who I just pulled out some cards for. Okay, so... Oh, Dee Dee, there you go, love. All right, okay, so will you do your... Sorry about that. I tell you, I've got this tiny phone because my big one blew up. The guy went to put a new screen in it and he blew it up. Then he bought another one to replace it with, and that one blew up. So at the moment I'm on this little phone. So, you know, if it cuts out, please excuse me, but it gets really hot and just about literally blows up. Anyway, so Dee Dee, 7 of Wands it starts with, which means there's a battle. There's a battle over something, whether it's a job or whether it's just something, I don't know, but there's definitely a battle between you and someone else. There's the walking away from either a home or a job card and feeling, you know, somewhat depressed about it. The next card talks about reminiscing about love or someone from the past or something you did from the past. So there's just that feeling of, you know, reminiscing about things. The next card's the Empress, which is sort of like women understand the cycles of life, right? It could mean the birth of either a job or a baby or something, but there's the birth of something. Next card, two people fighting and you're in the middle listening to it and you're not wanting to hear it. So even whether that's you and a partner fighting and you're not wanting to hear what's being said, whatever, there's definitely arguments and things going on between a couple. Now there's a move, like the Knight of Swords is a male, but also I sort of see that as someone or moving residence. The Wheel of Fortune's the next card. So what this is a karmic thing. So this would have happened no matter what you did. So just know that, you know, as soul, we choose what we go through before we come here. You know, we choose the people that play the other roles. And, you know, it's... in the moment, we don't think of it that way because it is for soul growth. So we're not supposed to remember a whole lot of things. But I know now that, you know, we do choose these things. I've had enough information for myself regards to men and partners I've connected up with that it's been like, oh, that person was from that life. Oh, that person, whether they're friends or partners, you know. And it's like, oh, I see. You know, something hasn't been resolved and you've come back to resolve it. Or if you're doing higher work, you might come in to facilitate a lesson for somebody else, meaning someone in your family, you know. But anyway, so let's have a look at romance cards for you. So, Dee Dee, we have free yourself. So it's time to take back control of your life. Like I said, I was stalked for a decade, so that is, you know, really important to have free will and you choose, you know. True love, so this is the romance of a lifetime. So if this is someone you're meeting or whatever, or someone coming. Soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. So if there's someone in the wings, then, or it is a person you're with and the other was more relevant to a job, leaving a job than a home and a relationship, only you'll know that, but that's your reading, love. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so that was not touching any of those buttons. Now, Janine. Okay. So this is for Janine. Okay, so the first card sort of talks about a wish card to do with love, and that you're feeling on your own, isolated, you feel like you haven't got this person around you. So that's the first card. But then the next card shows the Ten of Cups, which to me signifies a marriage or the perfect partner. So whether that means that's what you're wishing for, only you know. Now the next one's the Page of Wands, so there's movement in terms of where you put your passion. It could be a job, could be just anything where you put your energy, and a much brighter future ahead. The next card is Judgment. So you know, whether you've dealt with a lot of judgment of late and you've kept everything, you know, like your soul family have protected you, and most of our soul families do that anyway. So you're not looking too worried about things though. There's still things are sort of got to be sorted out. There's a much brighter future for you ahead. So there's definitely that Judgment card there. The next card, the Three of Cups, is, you know, you've got family and friends supporting you, offering you love. And, you know, I know what it's like I said, I've been on my own for 25 years, what it's like to actually want to be with someone, but, you know, so there's that wish there, but you have got your spiritual family, your angels, your family and friends supporting you, but that's sort of not what you're after. The next card talks about being in a situation, whether it's work or home or whatever, you've got love around you, but you've got people that might be gossiping in your ear. And, you know, nobody likes that. But you're not investing yourself into that, though. Like, you're not getting pulled into it. If anything, it's just annoying. Now, the romantic cards here, or romance cards, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And that's for everyone at the moment, because we've gone now from the third to fifth dimensional, you know, energetic shift. We've done that. People are being led to, you know, if they've agreed to have a soulmate in this life, and a soulmate doesn't have to be a partner. Your twin flame is more likely to be a partner, but that could be a child, could be a friend, whatever. But we're being sort of led to what we're meant to be doing in this life, and to the souls at this point, you know, that are more vibrationally matched to us, you know, that we've really agreed to, you know, have a less traumatic time with, you know, to enjoy. I say I've learned from pain so far, now I want to learn from joy. So, you know, I'm coming up to 55, so it's like, okay, that first at least, you know, 50 years was hell. The next lot I want to learn from love and joy. So, yeah. And then the next one for you is keep an open mind. So your soulmate may be different from your usual type. So, you know, and I know what it's like, you know, you have a type and you think to yourself, well, none of the types I've picked have ever worked before, but you just have this, and usually that goes back to parenting and, you know, what you've been conditioned to consider was, you know, normal, I suppose, you know, and this is where changing your thoughts and really it's sort of talking about changing yourself in terms of what you perceive as attractive, I suppose. Okay, so that's for you, Janie. Court. Okay, let's have a look. Court. Now, for you, darling, you've also thinking about someone from the past and love, or something you've done. You also are having people talk around you that you're not really investing in the conversation and not happy, you're dissatisfied. There's movement in work, or I'd say that's work. There's some movement to do with work there, or there could be a new beginning there. Romantically speaking, there's a past life relationship with somebody that you've known before, and I know that many of mine, I eventually over time have been told how I was connected to them before. And sometimes, like my ex-husband, you might have had 3 past lives with them that you're aware of, you know, like, I mean, we have hundreds of lives, so, you know. Next card, chemistry. So there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So often that's the case. When we have been with someone before, we do have an underlying chemistry that we sort of think, what, you know, what's happening here? But it's because we've known them before. They've been our partner before, you know. And a lot of married people who choose their partner, when they do meet people around them that they've known before romantically, this often is what spurs on, you know, people straying from their relationship. Personally, if you finish with someone, you finish and you move on to the next one. But this in my work and people that have come to me has been a real thing, you know, where people have been really confused, you know. I can remember one time I was engaged to someone. I went out with my friends dancing at the disco, and there was this male there that he was getting married the next weekend or something, and we just had this instant, you know, connection. We, you know, and our respective friends dragged us off away from each other. But, you know, he sent me a rose in the mail the week after and all this sort of stuff, and I thought, you know, he's getting married, but anyway. But what I was told was we'd had a very positive life, and because in this life I hadn't had many positive connections, I sort of obsessed about him for a while, but I was told, let it go. You know, so this is what happens. People meet people who they've known before and had maybe strong connections to and get confused, you know. So you definitely do have romantic feelings for someone, and whatever feelings you're having, it's worth exploring. So that's your message for today, love. Okay, let's have a look. So that was Court. D-U-W-Y-K. I don't even know how to say that. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, for you, I'll call you D because I don't know how to say that word. Okay, Ten of Wands. Okay, so it starts off with you having taken on too much. You need to start what's the word, delegating jobs more, because you know, you're completely exhausted. You know, whatever you want is really close. You can almost touch it, but because you're so run down, you're exhausted. You just feel like you can't go any further. Now, the next card is the Queen of Swords, so that could be a doctor, a psychologist, it could be a bank person, it could be anyone who's really professional. You know, so icy, they're just doing their job sort of thing. Next card, Two of Cups. So you feel like you're isolated, standing alone. You feel like the love you want isn't around you. It's standing before you, but it's not really. You feel like your hands are tied. And I get a lot of people get this when they, you know, might be in one relationship and they want to be with someone else, or, you know, there might be a legal thing happening and they can't do anything at this point. So there's definitely a feeling your hands are tied. You can't do anything. Then there'll be an offer, whether it's a job or money, and you're not sure whether to take it or not. But that ends with you feeling secure, having what you need, and of course there's growth and loveliness around you. So, you know, whatever, I don't think you're not going to end up wanting. You know, you're going to have what you need. You're going to feel comfortable. And I'm just getting tired. Okay, so codependency. So addictions are affecting your romantic life. So codependency, you know, I know what that feels like also, and it's not healthy, it's not good. It's better to have two whole people come together and share their blessings, you know. But of course, you know, most of us are nurtured to be codependent anyway, so I mean, that's just, you just really would need to do some self-work, you know, work on yourself there. So the next card they've given me is children. So your love life is being affected by children. Okay, so often children are used as pawns in relationships, you know, whether you stay with someone because of children, or whether, you know, you separate like me and they threaten to take the children, or, you know, do whatever. That is a factor according to the cards at the moment for you. Okay, so that's for you, love. Let's have a look. Be careful where I stick my finger here. Hello, big red hair going. Janine Gale. Okay. Rightio. So Janine. Okay, so there's a situation here where you've got people around gossiping, and, you know, you're dissatisfied with how things are at the moment. You're, it's almost like you're not there, you're just going off in your head, like you're just detaching. I do that a lot. When I don't cope, I often go off with the fairies and I just detach. And I think a lot of people, like I had trauma as a child, well, most of my life actually, do that anyway, just as a coping strategy. And if you're doing that, go into nature, feet on the ground. You know, imagine you're a tree and roots are going right into the core of the earth. Spending time in nature, water, crystals, animals, anything to ground you, just bring you back to yourself. Now the next card has a picture of the Hangman on it, which is basically a time of waiting. So you're waiting for something. Seven of Swords, you're walking away from what's been a very difficult time in life, lots of arguments, etc. This is a karmic happening, so this would have happened either way, so you agreed to go through this before you came here with this person or whatever this situation is. There will be a battle over something, like in terms of you both want something. So there'll be a battle over that. And then the last one finishes with, you know, the desire and wish for some romantic fulfillment or some wish. In terms of romance, I mean, a lot of these sort of talk about romantic, or at least, you know, emotional connections, so that's probably why they're getting me to pull a lot of these today. Okay, so, for you, this is saying it is safe for you to love. So it's safe for you to love now, where, what was that first one again? That waiting and wanting a love relationship. Okay, so it's safe for you to love now. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Finances and career. So financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So, you know, whether you're waiting for a settlement or waiting for a payout or waiting for something, new job, whatever. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So put out what you want. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Check everything out. And I mean, that could be friends as well as a potential partner. If there's someone around you that's full of bullshit and, you know, is feeding you rubbish, then keep your eye open for that. And I think that's a different person to the person they're talking about in regards to a romantic partner, because this is saying that this person is your soulmate. So, you know, if you've got someone around you that you have those feelings for, or that gut feeling, because you do get that it's a different feeling when it's someone who's got a stronger connection to than someone who you're not meant to be with, you know. Okay, so that's for you. Okay. Lioness, 65. Where are we? Yeah, Lioness, 65. And good afternoon, Tanya. How you going, love? Good afternoon to everyone. It is actually afternoon in Australia at the moment, so I'm not sure where you all are and what, you know, time it is there. Okay, so this is for you, Lioness. Okay, something's ended. There's a death card. Starts with that. So that means something's just ending. I mean, you know, more often than not, it's not an actual death card as such. But, I mean, it has come up for me like that before. But usually it's the ending of something. And if you have a look at the picture, like that's the ending. You've still got friends and family around you offering you support. In the background, you've got a much brighter future. So something has ended. The next card talks about, it's like a hope card, it's the star, and what that talks about is when you let out of, like Pandora's box, the things that have been holding you back, that you've been hiding, you know, once that's released, then that stress is gone, you know. In that, though, you feel vulnerable, there may have been a lot of emotion, your angels have been with you the whole way, and the dragonflies are meaning there's movement forward now. So that's as a result probably of that ending. Following card is, you know, you're burdened with a lot of tasks and you've taken on too much. What you want is so close, but you're, you know, I wouldn't say totally depressed, but like it's getting you down, all the stuff that you have to do. You know, you've got money and means, so you're comfortable. At the moment, you need to be focusing on loving yourself. The more you love yourself, the less rubbish you'll accept from anyone else. And your spiritual family, even though you've had to hold a lot of rubbish at bay, which most of us do when we're, you know, navigating relationships and families, you know, of said partner, It's looking down on you now and saying choose. So you've got to choose. It finishes on the Justice card. So you're wanting justice. It could be, you know, a legal card. So there could be legalities as a result of whether it's an ending or just in general. Because, I mean, it did start off with the Death card, meaning there's an ending. But there's a legal justice card there. So if nothing else, you're wanting justice in this relationship. And romantic card-wise, playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And like most of us, when you go through a period of, you know, well, like I said, being stalked for 10 years or, you know, just horrendous times with people and whatever, and you're just surviving, you forget to play. And when you play, you bring in, you can manifest more quickly. You bring in like positive energy more quickly. So, you know, try and play occasionally, at least once a week, if that's it. Now, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, you bond, or your bond deepens. So clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So very soon. So I would be saying that very soon this person that's more in line with you will appear, get to know each other and play. And with that, you know, you're going to bring in much more positive energy. So, okay, let's have a look. Yeah, we all forget to play. I used to think, like I did children's services for 3 years, and I used to think, you know what, we need one of these for older people, you know. Tanya. Thank you, Amber. Okay, ex-broken hunters, thank you, love. Oh, yeah, me too. He stalked me for 10 years, literally up and down shop, you know, I mean, I literally kicked the front door off one day having an argument with him, and then made it difficult for me for the following, I don't know, 5-6 years. Until my daughter actually grew up and left home, I had no peace, and she was 19. So from the age of, 18 years, it was quite difficult. Now I can talk to him. In fact, he'll come here and want to talk about his problems, but, you know, I've forgiven it all. It took a long time and it took a lot out of me, and I've got a lot of health issues because of it, but, yeah, it's not a good thing. Now, okay, so Tanya, I'll do one for you, love. I actually did a Bachelor of Psychology because, of course, you know, the fallout from those sorts of relationships affects you, not only yourself but your children, obviously. And I couldn't get the help I needed, so I did a Bachelor of Psychology so I could better help my children and myself. And it was just amazing, you know, studying that and realising, oh, well, reaction or that mindset was probably normal given that, you know, situation. So it was actually really, really good. Okay, so for Tanya here, love, the first card that's coming up is either, if it's not a medical procedure, it's getting away, retreat. It's basically taking time out to look after yourself because you need it. Okay, so the next card is the Empress card, which talks about cycles. Like, women understand that life works in cycles. Often cycles happen in, you know, 7 years is sort of like a cycle, energetic cycle. Although at the moment that will be sped up because we've had this energetic shift. Could be the birthing of a job or an idea or a child, you know, there's a birthing concept to that. Now the Three of Cups is feeling isolated and alone in regards to a relationship. You've got friends and family offering you love, your guides are watching over you, your guardian angel's right behind you, but you're not feeling it with any physical person, you know, in the now. Now the Page of Wands is possibly a new job, so moving toward a new job or something where you put your passion. The next card talks about having, you know, you're going to get what you want in terms of whatever it is you're seeking. The world's in your grasp, and now there'll be all sorts of new fiery energy coming through where you're sort of in control of your situation. You're in charge of your stuff, basically. Don't let other people make decisions for you. You choose, right? And to bring those qualities into your life. Now, you're feeling like your hands are tied at the moment regarding maybe a love issue, and things have been hell, but it won't be in the future. You know, there are angels supporting you in that, around you, but there has been some betrayal. So whether that's, you know, that's why there's this feeling that your hands are tied, you can't do anything. So there has been some sort of betrayal, loss of emotion and feelings of love. And at the moment, you know, there's just hard work, lots of hard work, money-wise, to do with, you know, finances, etc. I'll just pull out some romance cards, guided. Okay, so we have, this could be the one you already met. So you've already met the romantic partner you seek. I hate it when people tell you that. I was told that, and I'm like, who do I know? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Yeah, well, that's just general normal psychology. So, you know, I mean, I've sought counsellors and psychologists every now and again. I think I probably met the worst of the worst, but I tried, you know. Sometimes all you need is a really good friend, you know. So release your ex. The time has come to clear energy. And sometimes that's things. It's like you're looking, like I used to look around the house and go, so-and-so gave me that. Thank you, Amber Love. And I'd be like, I really need to get rid of that. And the rule of thumb for me is, like, if you brought a new person into your life, you need to make a space for that person. You know, you can't bring someone in when there's a million trillion reminders of another person. You know, that's why even though sometimes when people come to see me and they're wanting to keep a house or they're fighting over stuff, I sort of say to them, well, you know, really, isn't it better to let go of all of that energy, and then you have, thank you, Julian, then you have this new, you know, new energy, basically. So, and I mean, like I said, I'd been engaged 4 times, but I only kept one ring. That was the last one, and I'd had a daughter to that man, so I've given her the rings that I had, and I actually used my own gemstones to make them up. My dad was a miner, and I designed them, so I gave them to her. So, you know, it was like there's nothing left from anyone else. So if someone new comes in, you know, things are exciting, and you've chosen things together. So anyway, so regards to this person who may be around you at the moment, right, and it could be the one. You've got to release your ex. The next card is chemistry. So there's a strong magnetic attraction. So whoever this person is, I mean, if you feel I mean, the trick is to feel, isn't it? You know, if we can feel something, especially when we've shut ourselves down when life's been pretty shitty, then that's what life's about, feeling. Okay, so that was for Tanya. Now, McToasty. Make sure I've read it right. Yeah, McToasty. Oh, I ran out of bread about 4 or 5 days ago, and I've been eating rice cakes, and I'm like, be nice for a piece of toast. Yeah, I think I've got about $2 to my name in the bank in Irish. It's just how life is. Well, this is a long reading. Okay, so, I mean, I charge $100 for a reading. You know, so you guys, when you get these longer readings, you're getting a really good bargain here. And anyone that wanted a reading, you can contact me either on the message thing here, or go to my Facebook page, or go to my YouTube page, and there's ways to contact me. Okay, love, so McToasty, the first one here shows that you have money and means, meaning you have what you need. It doesn't mean you have to be living the high life, but you're comfortable. The next card talks about not wanting to hear something. There's something that's being, or if it's not being said to you, there's something you don't want to hear. Next card shows the King of Pentacles, so this is a male. And I'll go on from that to see what this is talking about. So there's definitely a male there. The Five of Swords talks about having taken on too much, and you've got to choose. So whether, I mean, for me in the past, it might have been, you know, too many credit cards, back it up, you know, too much, or whether it's too many jobs, too much, whatever. It's putting your energy into one area as opposed to a whole heap of areas, and then it's stronger, you know. The next card is the King of Cups, so there's another male there. So there's 2 males. Next card talks about, and Pentacles could be work. The King of Cups is love, so whether there's two males in your life, one at work and a partner, or only you know that. But the next card talks about the Ace of Swords, so you've got new ways of thinking, new ways of being, you know, are going to come in quickly. And of course that's going to cause arguments because people don't like it when you change. If they're getting a certain version of you and it suits them, that's okay, but when you change, they don't like it. So that's going to happen, followed by, in a work situation or wherever you're putting your energy, you're being heralded by your either workmates or friends saying you've done a good job, they're supporting you completely. There may be an offer in terms of work, so whether even it's from one level up to a higher level, but there's definitely some job or monetary offer. Probably job, I think, which of course brings in more money anyway, but you know, money is usually pentacles, this is wands, so there's definitely some offer to do with work. Now, you are strong, you have the strength to deal with this. So there's been arguments, but you've got control over it. Now, the following card is the Ten of Cups, so this is the marriage card. So whether this is referring to someone you are married to in terms of not wanting to hear something, or whether there's this person's coming to you, because it did show another king there with a goblet, which is love. The following card is iciness and gossip. So, you know, gossip isn't always true, but just, you know, keep your ears open. There might be something around that is being said that you don't want to hear, and or you don't agree with, or you don't like, or whatever. There's something around. Now, regards to the love cards, given there's a bit of confusion with those two males, we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. A reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning into your life. It's time to disconnect from the world. The retreat, which was one of the first cards that came up, so that means definitely yes. Your love life is being affected by children, and work on your partnership. So give your relationship a chance. So whether there is a reconciliation, and if it is, don't base it on children, because that's, from my own experience, it's about you and your relationship. Kids grow up and they leave and you're stuck with the person, so I mean, it's up to you. But work on your partnership. So okay, so that will be no doubt meaningful for you on some level. I mean, otherwise the angels would not have asked me to pull them out. Okay, so that's your reading. Okay, so that wasn't toasty. Oh, hang on, I've got a heap of... While I was reading, a whole heap of messages have gone up here, so I'll just go back to the start and have a look. Okay, SF baby, do you by chance get anything from my mum? I mean, all I can say is in my head, you know, I love you, I'm with you always, look for the surprises. So whether there's little things that you find out of the blue lying around, maybe that's her. Because they can move things, they can do all sorts of things. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, luscious nature. Okay, so luscious nature, this is for you. Okay, so we start off with some sort of betrayal. Someone's leaving because of a betrayal to do with love and emotion. Next card is talking about the beginning of something to do with a business or a job, or just being more in control and, you know, taking all matters into your own hands and you know, being powerful, basically. Some sort of movement to do with work, or moving your energy in some direction to do with where you put your passion, moving away from a life that's been very, you know, not pleasant, arguments, you know, rubble type feeling. You have been protected spiritually. 5 of Wands, there's a battle over something now. Someone wants what you've got, so there is some battle there. You have a wish fulfillment to do with a relationship, and there's not necessarily someone there, I don't think, because you're feeling alone, or if there is someone there, you're feeling alone. Thinking about someone from the past, or someone from the past is going to return, so you're feeling nostalgia about someone. There is a Knight there, so a Knight of Pentacles, so whether this is someone who even might be connected to work, or just in general a Knight, so you know, what are we talking, probably 30s. And then there's some trip to do with work, or could be with this Knight. It's over water, so there is some trip there. Wouldn't that be nice? Mind you, I get seasick, so... I like the idea of travel, but I'm not really built for travel. Okay, so romantically speaking, codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. So, you know what that means. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Your feelings are real and worth exploring at the moment. So, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So, time to step back and sort of think about what you want. Put that in the forefront of your mind. And, you know, doing that, you will manifest more precisely the type of soul you're after. But having said that, you know, we all make soul contracts with people before we come here. And the Earth is the planet of emotion and feelings, and that's why we come to planet Earth, to have those those experiences as individual shards to go back to the one consciousness, right? So that consciousness, when we have all these experiences, evolves the one, you know, our race, if you like. So sometimes I think people that come and they experience so many different feelings, and you know, it's like they're warriors. You know, it's like you haven't just come back to sort one thing out, you've come back to add a whole range of experiences to the one. So, you know, that's what this planet's about, you know. So that's what we've got, free will, but we do come down here with a bit of a plan as per what we want to experience and who we want to experience it with, you know. So just saying. Okay. JJACQUISE. Je sais quiz. Yes, you can have one going. Okay, so just a quiz or whatever. Okay, so battle at the moment over or for something. Okay, so there's something you want that somebody else wants also. So this could be in a job situation. Definite arguments and a battle between two people. Either you're in this with someone, or someone around you is having this experience. Walking away from something, so it could be a job or a home, but walking away and feeling depressed about it. Judgment, there's been either, hang on, I think I've got some fur in my throat. Anyway, yeah, so there's some judgment, or things aren't black and white, there's something there, so whether you're being judged or there's been a judgment against you. And then the next one's the Hangman card, so this is a time of waiting. So whatever's been happening, I don't know if you've had to walk away from a job because somebody wanted what you had and you've been judged in some way, and there's a feeling of you know, waiting for the next level. I'll pull out the okay, so these are the life path cards I've been told to pull out for you. just in case this is to do with work. Okay, so protected. So you're safe and supported while you change your career. Okay, so that would acknowledge to me that this has been maybe walking away from a job. Next one, music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. So play music. It does affect moods. It will bring up your energy. Light and love. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light and love to this world. And the best way to do that is by being happy yourself. So just being authentically you and being happy. Books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. Maybe you need to write a book. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. So trust. So that would tell me that maybe you're getting hints in dreams, so take notice of your dreams, you know, and even now that that's been said, maybe now they'll come through with something for you, you know, because you'll be looking. Because spirit can connect to us through the dream state and give us messages. You know, sometimes the message isn't exactly how you see it in the dream. I personally will have had dreams where it might be a different player, but the scenario is my scenario, or I'm in the dream and it's actually referring to someone else's situation. But say if it's my mother, it's a mother. If it's me, that's the person they're talking about. You know, whatever. You know, you sort of have a gut feeling when you wake up, like you might have a concern for someone or a thought, and that might give you a hint as per what the dream meant. Anyway, so that's for you, Dom. Okay. Dovey May Brizzy. Dovey May Brizzy, no. Okay. This is for you, Dovey. Okay, so we start off with... Okay, so we start off with the Star card, so that's the Hope card. So that's, you know, once you let all the rubbish out of your heart that you've been pushing down, the bad stuff and all the hidden matter, or things that have been affecting your behaviour and the way you think, you can move forward. And now that's happening. You're moving forward. You've had your angels supporting you up to now, which they do anyway, always. You're feeling vulnerable as a result of this, and there's been emotion, but now it's hope you can move forward. The next card also shows a similar sort of thing where, you know, it's almost like the heart's been pierced and the pain has come out. So whether this was caused by parents or a couple around you, or you're one of a couple, that type of thing. The next card is the Empress, so that's worlds in your grasp. You've got a keen eye for what you want. You're going to have lightning flashes of thinking, like changes in how you think. You know, in the background though, it's still a little bit icy, so there may be some sort of new traineeship or job, but there's lots of work there, so that's not a problem there. There's some sort of wish that you have in regards to love. There is a lady around you who, or it could be you, or could be someone in a work situation, very strong, very supportive, like a, you know, a mother lion type thing. Now, Two of Pentacles is a traineeship or a new job, money in, money out. So there's lots of work there. And then that ends on the King of Swords, who could be a bank manager, he could be a lawyer. He's someone who's professional, so very icy, not someone, you know, you sit down and have a really friendly chat with. But there's someone around you like that also. Now, 1, 2, 3. I'm just getting told to pull out life path cards for you also. So we've started off with yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching and exercising. So I mean, with that, you know, I wish I could do, I've got a buggered hip and lower bulging discs, so I find it's really, well, I can barely walk some days, so I know that yoga, exercise and stretching help our body, they help us manifest more quickly. Dancing, swimming, you know, all last year I was guided go swimming because it's a way of getting out, you know, toxic energy or nervous energy if you like, but it also helps manifest more quickly. Justice, your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. That's interesting. you know, maybe you work in human resources there, or that's, you know, an area to look at. You're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture and teach about nature and the animals. Well, that's beautiful. Talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. You know, I used to get told by different psychics, talk to your angels, and I used to think, I thought I never shut up. So, I don't know, you know, I thought I was talking to them, so maybe maybe you do the same thing, I don't know, but, you know, you just find a quiet place, and they say meditation is the best way to try and hear answers back, you know, whatever sneaks into your mind. Personally, you know, water's very connective, so like when I have a shower in the morning, I mean, when you have showers, it's like to get the energy off from the day, or the night, because of course when you go to bed at night you dream, and you know, same thing. So often I'll find thoughts jump into your head then. I mean, for me they do all the time, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, but for many people that can happen when you have a shower, you know, connecting to water or nature, or you know, but just if that's what that's saying, talk to them more. You know, even if you had a book and you wrote down you know, thoughts, and you specifically said this is for the angels, and that's a tangible way of saying, okay, this is what I've given you, and then you wait for a message. So whether it's something you hear on a radio, or whether it's a movie you might catch, or a conversation you might catch, a book, whatever, you know, they'll try and get back to you somehow. Okay, so that was for Dovey. Shanika Marie Coop. Okay. Thank you, but it all been passed. Okay, I'll get back to you in a minute. D-U-W-Y-K. Okay, so Shanika. Okay, so this starts off for you with some sort of love, desire and or wish. So there's some wish, something you're wishing for. The next card shows about a card that talks about, you know, when we have fears and, you know, we're conditioned in certain ways, we build up walls to protect ourselves. And what this talks about is that you're going to have new ways of thinking, or new information that's going to come in and tear those walls down. So things might seem crazy for a while, but that's okay. We can renegotiate at any time during our life what we need, what's good for us, what's not good for us, what we think and believe, because as we know at the moment, especially in America, there's so many things that are coming to light that, you know, we've been conditioned one way, and yet the proof is sort of completely different. So this would probably be happening for a lot of people at the moment. Now, there is some battle at the moment over something. So someone wants something that you want. So I'll leave that one there. Next one is a legal person, or either a lawyer, a doctor, or psychologist. There's a professional, a female around you. Next one is moving away from troubled times. Things have been like hellish. You've had lots of arguments, but now you're standing strong and you're actually moving away from it, and you're going to a much calmer place and maybe a physical move. So you might be actually physically moving somewhere. Okay, so the angel card here is, now is the time to learn, study and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. So, you know, I actually started, what was I, 36? I went back to TAFE, and then I started a uni course at, what am I now, 44. So, you can do these things at any time, you know, and if nothing else, I personally think learning's great, and it puts you in touch with different people, you know, you learn different life skills, so maybe that's an option in there somewhere. Now, when DUWYK, you've got here, thank you, but it all been passed. That often happens when I do readings. What it does is when I sit down with someone, it'll bring up, because when you do a face-to-face reading, it'll bring up like the initial cards I'm talking about, but then I go down and we work from it, and, you know, it's just general conversation, and, you know, if there's psychic information given while we're doing a reading, there's that as well. So I'll just see what angel message they're giving me for you. So on top of what I spoke about, this is an angel message for you. So to help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. You deserve the very best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. I'm leading you forward toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I'm communicating through your intuition, thoughts and dreams. So basically what this is saying is look at the other person's perspective, okay, and be compassionate. Reach for the stars, go for what you want because you deserve it. And your angels are trying to help you at the moment. So they're trying to lead you to what your prayer request is, but you have to start tuning in and connecting to their prompts, if you like. Because they know more than we know. We've got no bloody idea, but they know what, you know, what's what and what's ahead. So, and they know what's best for us. Okay, so Little Miss Ego. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so Little Miss Ego. Okay, so this starts off with the Emperor. So this is like now you need to have all leadership qualities coming through. You need to use that side of yourself. I mean, we all have it in there somewhere. So the world's in your grasp. You're having lightning flashes and different changes of thinking, but you're very strong. You need to use that strength. Next card, you have some heartfelt wish or secret wish, right? And what this card talks about is that it's actually going to come true. The next card is the Six of Cups. So you're feeling nostalgic, you're thinking about things from the past, or someone may come back into your life, and or something you used to do might come back into your life. Now, once again, we have the Ace of Wands, which has this Emperor in the same picture again, and this is like a major boost of energy coming through. So in this picture, you've got what you want, like whatever. Because in this pack, the Golden Fleece is the, you know, what everybody wanted in the pack, basically. So you've got what you wanted, world's in your grasp, but this massive amount of new energy's coming through. There's some sort of, so whether it's a bequest, a payout, you know, you've gotten something left to you, or there's just some monies that you don't normally or wouldn't normally have being given to you. Could even be a payout, a settlement, walking away from a home or a job, so feeling depressed about that, but it's definitely walking away from something. And then there's the Lover's card, so there's a choice between two people or two options, but usually with that it talks about, you know, read the fine print, like look into it, really check it out before you make a decision. But there's definitely could be a love triangle, or just a choice between two options of something. I'm just getting downloaded. So romantically speaking, you deserve love. You are lovable. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So whether this is the one you're going to walk away from, this person could be saying, this reading could be saying, this person's deceptive, you deserve better. The next one's saying, let go of control issues, so allow this situation to unfold naturally. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, and to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So whether this is talking about the same partner or not, I'm not sure, but you know, this trip away could be with someone else, could be with the same man. It's entirely up to you, because the Love card sort of talks about having the choice. So maybe if you choose to stay, and it says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So play, you know, I mean, life just gets too hard sometimes, and we forget to enjoy things, you know, and make time for ourselves, especially, you know, if you've got, you know, these days people have more than one job and, you know, children. I mean, my kids suck the life out of me. I love them dearly, but, you know, that's just life, isn't it, really? Okay, so that's for you, little Miss Ego. Let's have a look. That one. So I'm so sad she skipped me. Okay, Luscious Nature. I'm not sure if I did one for you or not, because I've gone back right up to the top again. So I'll just do an angel message for you, doll. Yeah, it's really hard because you can't sort of go 1, 1, 1, 1 because you might have 40 things come up all of a sudden. So it's really hard, especially for me. I've got cataracts in my eyes, so it's like really hard for me to see. Okay, so Ariel is the first card for Luscious Nature. So this is saying, new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. And that's happening for a lot of people because more of our ability is coming to light now. As our DNA strands sort of shift into this fifth dimensional energy. Thank you, darling, I put a spell on you. Yeah, as our spiritual energy is changing, as we're moving into this you know, lighter energetic field, we are, you know, igniting some of these extra DNA strands. I mean, we only use very few DNA strands that we actually have, so imagine if we were using them all. It'd be amazing. So allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer and meditation. The next one is, it's safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. Now, I did readings and healings for free for 20 years, but then I got to a point where I didn't even have enough money. Like I said, I've got $3 in the bank now to pay my basic needs, you know, so it was sort of like I had to put myself out there. So I've had my healing room open for 3 years, but still, you know, and in Broken Hill there's a lot of healers, so, and I do believe God sends you who you're meant to get, so, you know, but I did that because I was not confident, you know. I knew that my connection was solid, but I didn't want the judgment. I mean, of course I've been burnt before in another life for this sort of thing, so, you know, that probably had something to do with it. But anyway, so it's okay to be yourself now and be powerful. And then the last one was, you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. So especially at the moment with all these things going on and whatever changes are going to come, who knows, you know, I suppose it depends on who's seemingly got control of the masses, which really should be us. But there'll be a lot of people in pain, and I think there are a lot of people at the moment, so we do need that energy on this planet right now, you know. So that was... Okay, so Big Red. I've got here, you skipped me. I haven't actually read anything saying you wanted one, but I'll do one for you, love. I think I did one for you last time. I mean, you could do a reading every day and pretty much get something different, but it might be a different part of your life, and or if you got the same thing repeatedly, then that's the message, you know. It'd be nice if there was like, I don't know, some other way of this happening that you could sort of see them in, you know, real time, if you like. Okay, so for Big Red. Okay, so the first card talks about not wanting to listen to something. So there's people and or things around you that are, you know, sending you negative energy. If you look at my Facebook page, in the photo albums, there's prayers that you can say to get rid of that, send it back to them. I think I've got them in one of my postings on TikTok as well. So not wanting to hear some negativity and whatever, you're feeling alone at the moment. Now the next one shows you at work, working away, you've got money, you're quite happily working away, there's no problem there by the look of that. There's something new that you want to try that's going to bring growth, that will, bring you into a brighter future. The next one talks about the Queen of Swords, who, like I said, could be a psychologist, it could be a lawyer, someone who's professional, a doctor. There's some female there around you like that. The Nine of Cups is, wanting love, or having a wish or desire to do with love. The next card shows a wound, being wounded, but then when that happens, then when the pain's out, you can heal and move from it, Like the more we push down what's really causing us problems, the worse it gets, the more we focus on it, the more we obsess on it, So there could be two people around you. If it's not you that's been arguing, it could even be two people around you, could be parents, could be anything, but there's a wound there. The next card's the Happy Families card, so maybe that's an indication that is what that's talking about, a family wound. But if not, it's saying happy families, blessed in that area, loving support. Now there might be a job or something new coming up that's going to bring growth, or it could be a young male, because Page is a male, Pentacles is money. Like I said, could be a new job, something new there, but it also could be a young male. There's confusion at the moment, not knowing which way to turn, which way to go. Don't make any lasting decisions at this time, because you need time to sort of go into yourself and let this energy pass. I mean, there's a lot of free-floating anxiety at the moment that a lot of people are picking up, and that's because in the world at the moment, life is just, no one knows what's what anymore, and that when we connect to that one consciousness, that is prevalent at the moment. So that's why a lot of people are feeling like that. So, just know that feelings don't last forever. Thank you, darling. And, you'll get through it. But just know that whatever state you're in, no matter how bad it feels, isn't the end point. So if that can help a little bit, and or go find someone for support. I mean, every time I'd find I'd be in a situation that I thought, like having been stalked all those years, I can't cope, I'd just go and present myself to mental health and say, look, I need someone to talk to, and this card here is followed by the Devil card. So this is loving yourself and accepting yourself as a natural person, and that is okay, or it could be that there are too many excesses in a certain area at the moment. Okay, so I'm being told to pull an angel card for you. So your angel message on top of that information is you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. Take action. You are in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. So that's from the angels. So, that's comforting. Follow your gut and just keep charging ahead. Okay, so who else have we got? Now, Nicole Flannery. Here's one for you, love. Okay, so Nicole Flannery. I can see you've written here, I noticed that too, but I don't know what you've noticed, that whatever. I cannot see all the information up there. So, okay. Rightio, so this starts off with walking away from something related to love. So whether this is a job you loved or a relationship or something's it's walking away and with that comes a bit of depression. You feel like your hands are tied at the moment. Your guardian angels are around you, supporting you in spirit, but you feel like you can't make a move. Things are crazy at the moment, but you just feel you're on your own and you can't make it a change. Four of Swords, so this is talking about if it's not a medical procedure, it's a time out, retreat, getaway, whatever. You're wanting now at the moment balance between your heart and mind, emotion, etc. There's a King of Wands, so if this is relevant to this male, it's saying that there's been a cycle, so that cycle's completed now, and in your energy, all your energy is balanced at the moment. There's been talk around you and gossip, and you're not invested in that. Your angels are now saying make a choice, make a decision, put all your energy into that. You are having new ways of thinking and new beliefs and things coming up for you, so you're now it's time to cut away all that doesn't serve you any longer. And then at work, or wherever you are, friends, family, whatever, are supporting you, saying you've done a really good job, and they're supporting you in general. Now, angel card, Shanti, I'm the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So you couldn't ask for a better card than that. Okay, so that was for you, love. Thank you, Amber. Well, that's the first time I've seen her. Oh, Amber, I'll do a reading for you, love. Amber. I mean, I'm just getting yes straight off the top of my head anyway. Will I get into NYU? Okay, so in general, I feel like that's a yes. Will I get into NYU? It says you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. The angels are supporting, guiding and protecting you as your dreams become a reality, and walk away from this situation in order to resolve it. So sometimes we have to, so this also could be talking about another area, but definitely I feel like that's a yes to getting into that uni or whatever it's called. The walking away part, well, this is showing me here something that I think this might be talking about. So, card-wise, it's saying there's a hope at the moment now. You've let something go that was painful. You've been, your angels have been with you all the way. You're feeling vulnerable. It's been emotional, but now you can move forward. There's movement toward your study or somewhere where you put your passion, which is going to bring a much brighter future. There has been a battle, so whether that was a battle to get in, I don't know, but someone wanted what you had, so that sort of talks about that. The Six of Pentacles is some gift of money, so there might be something there for you in regards to that, but there's definitely some offer that's not normal. It's something, out of the ordinary. Reminiscing about someone from the past, or thinking about someone from the past or something you did, and a Lover's card, so a choice. There's a choice between something. So maybe even you might get into more than one place, or if it's a person, there's a choice between two. So if this life path card here was walk away from this situation in order to resolve it, maybe just let things settle, and then you might have two options, and then you decide and go with your gut feelings, and whatever's the easiest, so whatever's not meant for you, you won't get, and what you are meant to have for whatever reason, because when we get something, it's not just about us, it's about everybody in that sphere. So whatever's the best option for everybody, or something that will bring about the most growth for everybody, is what it's all about. So God bless you, and I hope you do get in, and I think you will, and that's what I got. So hopefully that's all great. Now, who just sent me the roses? Just in... Okay, I'll do one for you, love. I didn't quite grab your whole name, just in something or other. Okay, just in whatever, you know, you just sent me a rose. This is for you, darling. Okay, so at the moment, it's talking about the Hermit. So, yeah, yes, you. So, it's talking about moving away from everything at the moment, going into yourself, reassessing what you want, cutting away that anything that doesn't resonate with you anymore. I have this thing where I tell people, if there are people and or things in your life that give you that visceral, you know, you sort of step back a bit and go, oh, cut it out of your life. There's something there that's not right, you know. So that's the Hermit, a time away to sort things out and decide what you really want in life. You've taken on too much, so you're overburdened, you're exhausted, you've come a long way, you're so close to what you want. You're moving away from something, whether it's a house or a job. So there's movement away from something there. There is a heartfelt wish that you have, and whatever that heartfelt wish is, you are going to get it. And the Emperor talks about lightning changes in thinking, the world's in your grasp, you know, keen eye. So you decide now, you put in the forefront of mind of what you want, and then that's what you'll manifest. Okay, so these chakra cards here, I was just told to pull a release, so time to release something. And when we release something, we then have room for something else. If we keep everything, there's no room for anything, so you've got to release whatever it is. Trickery, so there may be trickery around you. There may be someone around you who's, you know, being false. You know, I think we all know someone like that, but the trick is, when you know that about them, you take that into consideration when they talk to you, so you really don't take any notice of what they say. And self-worth, so definitely you need to be conscious that your self-worth is what attracts energy to you. So the more you love yourself, thank you for the presents, guys, the more you love yourself, thank you, then the better stuff you'll attract yourself. Yeah, so, because, you know, the more we think of ourselves, the less rubbish we'll accept. Thank you for the flowers, everyone. Okay, let's see. Okay, just a simple girl. Would you like a reading? Queen, something Queen. Oh, hang on. This is saying we've lost connection. Now, this is saying I've got an unstable connection and I just lost connection then. So I hope that that was connected when I was doing those readings. I'll just go for a little bit longer because usually this phone, it gets so hot that it will just literally throw me off. Okay, so Skincare by Alyssa. Okay. We'll have to keep them short right now because... Okay, so for Alyssa, new ways of thinking are coming in. All the walls you've built up around yourself to protect yourself are going to crumble down. But that is okay because now you can negotiate new ways of being in the world, what you'll accept, what you won't accept. It's an opportunity to start afresh. Next card, some sort of job offer or monetary offer, and you're not sure whether to take it or not, but you know, you can always say no thank you when you get in there if you don't like it. The Sun is happiness, joy, all great, you know, parties, happiness, joy, love, all the great stuff. Romantic wise, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, so engagement. So, I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. So go ahead and make the romantic gesture, and you might be just, you know, getting engaged very soon. Okay, so that's yours, darling. So that was for Alyssa. I did that one. Now that queen whatever that just come up then with the fire, they go too quick, you can't see them. So you know who you are, you just sent me something queen. Okay, so this is for you, love. Starts off with the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is wanting peace, wanting things on a more authentic level. There could be contracts to be signed in the future or coming up. The next card talks about a traineeship or a new job or something, money in, money out, but there's just a lot of hard work. The next card shows the completion of a cycle. So at the moment there is some completion, your energy is all sorted there. Next one is time out. Take time out, get away, time to, you know, reassess everything, how you feel, what you want, all of that stuff. Next card is there's some sort of offer to do with work, and you're not really sure if you want to take it, but there's someone higher up offering you something. There's gossip around you at the moment, and things seem a bit icy. So, you know, keep your ears open, but then again, like, gossip's rubbish anyway, so you don't want to buy into it. But just, you know, if you're meant to hear something and it's meant to get back to you, it will, believe me. Okay, so the next one's the Knight of Pentacles, which is followed by a regret over some action. So something happened and the one person took off. And then it's followed by the Eight of Swords. So you've left everything, you know, you've been protected and you're protecting yourself from all this negative energy around you. But you're then being asked to make a choice on what you want next. So okay, so romance-wise, you're being told chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. And I'm actually getting shivers through me. That's probably one of the second times since I've been doing these I've actually got shivers. So there's definitely a marriage coming up. So there's actually someone around me for you. Oh, very strong. I feel like it's your grandma. I don't know, I feel like it's a grandmother, but there's someone very strong around me energy-wise now, so definitely there's a marriage coming. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other and passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Now, when I say about the shivers, I'm actually sitting in front of a heater blowing hot air on me. So when spirit comes through, for me anyway, it's like this really, you know, this cold shiver goes right through your body to your feet. So I think pretty sure it was a grandma energy. Okay, so that was for you, love. And thank you for the gifts. Okay, so Brooke White. Can I please have a reading? I'm wondering about whether I can become a doctor with my goals. Oh, will my goals happen? First of all, if you want to be something, you just don't give up. Just like I have had a lot of issues with, you know, mental ill health and domestic things in my life with my girls and myself. So it took me 10 years to do a Bachelor of Psychology, but I never gave up. I didn't start it with the intention of finishing it, I just wanted to learn. But then I got to a point where I thought, well, I could actually finish this. So I would say do not give up. If you want something, you start affirming it and it will happen. Okay, so this is a career path one for you. Alright, so infinite abundance. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So the next one is school. So the answer that you're seeking involves going to school. So that's study. Leadership, take charge of this situation. Counselling, you heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. So your natural energy, healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. So I think that that's a hell yeah, absolutely. Do it, and just bit by bit. That's how I managed to do mine. Because like I said, 10 years, I mean, that was a lot of study, because I had a lot of health issues myself along the way, and I'd go and periodically look after my kids, you know, when they were having a bit of a problem. But just keep moving forward, you know. Keep saying, you know, I'll be a doctor one day, or, you know, just give yourself a nickname where it's Dr. Brooke, you know, I mean, and it will manifest. Thank you, Cassie. Becky? Yes. So I'm getting a yes. Be positive. Okay, so Betty Boop. Have a look here. Okay, so Betty Boop, this is for you, and this is to do with a relationship. Okay. Thanks, Cassidy. I'll do one on you next. Okay, so your love life is being affected by children. So I don't know if you have children, but I know I was a single mum, and guys run a mile when you've got children. But once again, if you're meant to be with someone, that will happen. Trust me. Next one is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Stay optimistic about your love life. So positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And if you do have someone in mind, this is your soulmate. So this is your soulmate. Okay, so Amber Bell. Who was the lady I just... So that's your reading, love. What's that? Amber Bell, wasn't it? Trying to find who just sent me that. Okay, so it just said that I was disconnected then. Okay, so Cassie Young. I mean, it's just Cassie. Okay, so for Cassie, we have... Okay, so the Hangman. At the moment, you're hanging around, you're waiting. It's a horrible place to be, and I've spent much of my life there. So at the moment, whatever it is you're waiting for hasn't manifested, and you're just feeling like you're waiting forever. The next one is the Queen of Swords. So this could be a person. Hang on, let's just have a think. All right, so what I'm getting told is there's a couple. There's a female who's not very pleasant, a bit icy and bitchy. And there's a couple. There's her and a partner. Then there's someone. I feel like this person you actually have feelings for this other person. So there's a couple. There's this person. So I don't know if this couple's at work or not, or from work. But there is a person you're interested in. In your work situation, you're being heralded for doing a good job. They're very happy with you. you're feeling like there's people talking around you, so maybe this is even in a job situation, and you're not really invested in what they're saying. There's some sort of monetary offer there for you that's not normal, like it's something out of the ordinary. There's movement forward within your work situation, and you've been in a situation now where you've let some pain out. It's a hope card. You're basically ready for a new start with something. You're moving forward, but you might be feeling emotional and vulnerable. Now, in regards to this male, which I do actually feel like is someone you really like, I think there's actually someone for you around too at the moment. I don't know if there's a father on the other side or someone who might be at that level. And when I say that, what that means is sort of like, say, a father's age type thing. Okay, so what you've got here is you deserve love, you are lovable, okay? Let go of control issues, allow this situation to unfold naturally. Flirt, extend your lightheartedness and energy to others. Attraction, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, and a past life relationship, so you've known each other before. So definitely you deserve love, right? Let it unfold naturally. Don't force it. And I mean, I used to be a bit of a forcer in regards to that. Flirt and be natural. Be yourself. But the person that's coming to you, you've known before. So when that happens, to me, it's sort of like you can meet a person and then it's so instant. The feeling of connection is so, you think, oh my God, I've known you forever. And basically you have. You've known the person before. And that's why you can feel so comfortable with them so quick. And really move into a relationship, quite quickly, which in most cases people go, oh no, that's terrible. But I mean, my dad used to tell me about this story he had of a friend. This friend went out with this woman for 15 years, right? Then he met someone and married her after he'd known her for a week. And apparently they lived and stayed together and it was all great. But I'm like, oh my God. Pity, imagine that poor woman that stayed with him for 15 years. So, I mean, life can be like that, it's just, it's not necessarily fair. Okay, Dragon Skid, 6/6. Okay, let's have a look. Now this is talking about grief. Grief, a quest and a miracle. So I don't know, you'll only know what these mean to you. So this is, the angels saying to me, you've experienced some grief, you're on a quest of some kind, and miracle. So I would be expecting a miracle. Your victory, so victory amiga is the next card. Your desire is coming to fruition, keep up the good work. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into this situation before proceeding further. And you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you, so I ask you to relax and feel safe. So new ways of thinking. Thinking about something or someone from the past. And just being told you're doing a good job if it's in a work situation or just wherever you're putting your energy. So I would say, now, regards to moving, if you want to keep the house, whatever your desire is going to happen. So that's what the Omega card is saying. So I would be, because the Bridget card's saying, look in deeper into whatever you're thinking about doing before you go any further. So that might be a warning to stay there, and you are protected. So I would look into it, and I would ask your own angels, spend some time outside or some quiet time, or even when you go to bed at night, and ask them if they can give you a message in a dream, or just try and answer it for yourself through your own guides and see what you get. But I mean, I think I'm sort of feeling that that's something that whatever you want. If you want to move, that's saying that's going to happen. If you don't want to move and you feel like you can't keep the house, a miracle's definitely coming. So just wait. I'd just wait and just ask your own angels. So that was for Dragon Skid. So Shanika Marie Coop. I'll do an angel reading for you. Some of these names sound very familiar. I can't hold a second for a minute sometimes. That sounded good, didn't it? It sounds like I'm ready for a coffee. Okay, so Asia. Your destined outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. So this is for Shanika Marie Coop. Now, next one, you are flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend because others will soon be inspired by your example. I mean, that's happened to me before, and I often give messages via telling stories. You know, I'm a great storyteller. And when I'm doing a reading, I have the same thing happen, and that's because the examples are relevant to what the person is either experiencing or wanting to know. So for some people at different times, they've been very impatient and like, yeah, Robyn's full of crap, whatever. And then they've come back to me years later and said, now I understand what you're saying. So it's like, that's fine. Okay, so the next one is spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Once again, we have to focus on what we want. We have to give that our energy to manifest it. The next one, to make your decision, ask yourself which way brings you closer to your divine purpose and which way takes you away from it. Okay, so that was for you, doll. Okay, so Amber, I did one for you. Now, is there anyone else there? Just while I'm here, I'll go in a minute. Oh, hang on. Okay, it just said we lost connection there for a minute. Okay, Ali Pasita. Alright, I'll probably cut off soon because this phone's saying it's got an unstable connection, which is a real pain in the bum. Anyway, so Ali, alias Posito 6, I'll do one for you, though. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so it starts off with the King of Pentacles. Okay, so right, King of Pentacles. So this is a male. Could be a partner. It could be someone at work, a boss, that type of thing. He'd probably be over, I'd say 40-ish. Next card is there's arguing around you, or there's been some wound that you've had that you've started to deal with. And so once that pain is out, you can then heal from that. The next one is the Seven of Cups. So there's something to do with love. You have some sort of wish there. It's asking you now to balance the emotions between your heart and mind, your psychic side, I suppose. Two of Cups, you feel like your hands are tied, you can't move forward. Life's pretty hellish at the moment. You feel isolated and on your own, but your guardian angels are with you. The next card that pops up is the marriage card. So whether this is talking about in a marriage or that there is someone to come that will be the perfect partner, as you know, only you know that. Next card, there's gossip, arguments, time to get away. So I need to retreat and get out of some situation, or you know, just for self-healing or looking after yourself. And this is the end of a cycle. So maybe this is even talking about that with this partner. that it's the end of a cycle here, you know, which usually are karmic things. There has been a lot of pain and argument, but you feel like your hands are tied at the moment. I'll just have a look at the relationship cards and see what that gives us. Okay, so it's saying, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Okay, and I know what that's like when that's completely taken away from you, and sometimes it can take a long time. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So don't be worried about what's in the future. Don't be, and I know it's you know, people say don't think about the past. I mean, we can't not sometimes, but what I used to find is distraction. Anything you can do to distract yourself and be in the moment is good. That helps that trauma and pain. Give yourself a relationship, so give your relationship a chance. So work on your partnership. So that's that one. The angel card they're giving me is new romance is imminent. So that's the feeling I was having actually. Either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. I actually feel like it's with a new person. I don't feel like it's a reignition. I feel like it's a new person. But okay, so that's feeling. All right, guys, well, I might leave it there. I'll come on another time, obviously. I love Jesus too, babes. This person's saying, turn to him before it's too late. I already do. Okay, God bless you all. Thanks for joining today. Sorry about all these technical difficulties, but, you know, eventually I'll get a new phone and things won't be as tricky. But I did notice on my internet earlier that there was a bit of some problems with that internet as well. But anyway, God bless you. If anyone wants a private reading, you can contact me in the messenger here, or my Facebook page, or my YouTube connection. There's information everywhere. So God bless and thank you so much for joining. Thank you for all the gifts and the prezzies. And if I could do everyone, I would, but it's just not humanly possible. Okay, God bless everybody.